This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 315 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show, Horsewomen in Paradise. Please support our sponsors as they make this show possible.
Our sponsors this week are ridingwarehouse.com and easysignsonline.com.
Welcome to the Stable Scoop, with weekly shows delivered right to you. With Helena and Glenn the Geek, live from the stable, it's every week. They'll bring you the news through hail or high water, while using their tails as their own fly swatters. So sit on down and laugh till you poop, cause it's time again for Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop. The Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop.
I am Glenn the Geek.
And I'm Helena B., and you're listening to the Stable Scoop Radio Show on the Horse Radio Network.
And I guess because we had our anniversary party last week, that means we're heading into year 7.
Yeah, you got the 7-year itch yet?
Yeah. Does that mean I get to trade you in for a new co-host? Is that what that means? Or buy a new car? One or the other.
Set me free, baby. That would be okay.
Or in our case, maybe you get to trade somebody in for a new co-host.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or buy a new car.
Or buy a new car.
One or the other.
Well, I kind of have a new car, so no, I'll stick with you. I'll keep you.
Right. You know, I have this tendency of keeping my women, so 30 years with Jennifer. So, you know, you're stuck.
Oh, you're a good doobie.
And, I don't need a sports car, nor do I want one. So, I never really had a midlife crisis, come to think about it.
Well,
I got to get on that. I'm 51. Is it too late?
No, totally. Get busy. Get busy.
What do? I'm not allowed to trade my wife in. I don't want a sports car. So what's left? I got a pony.
How about a pony? How about a new wardrobe?
How about a draft horse, a Percheron?
No, how about a style makeover?
Oh, God, that sounds like effort.
Oh, my God.
Who wants to put that much effort into it? I sit at home all day. Who needs style? I'm on the radio. That's why I'm on radio and not video.
All right. You know what?
I don't need a style makeover.
Sounds like a lot of excuses to me, but
how about
you have a unique opportunity to let loose a little bit.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So, come on.
I'm getting a Florida tan. I have a Florida tan now.
No, that's not going to do it.
Okay.
Go for the new car.
How about a truck and a horse trailer? Jennifer would like that better.
You got a royal blue and yellow cart.
I did.
Okay.
I did, and because
your version of a Ferrari.
And thanks to the C4 people, the belt people, the C4 belts, the really cool ones, they gave me a yellow belt with a blue buckle to match my cart.
If that doesn't say midlife crisis, I don't know what does.
Only if I wear like yellow pants and a red shirt.
That's coming next.
Well, we have some fun stuff planned for you on the show today, starting our 7th year. If you missed the anniversary edition, please go back and take a listen. We got a lot of good comments on it. People seem to enjoy it. We had about 30 callers total.
That's pretty good.
So, and that's you can find it. Go to stablescoop.com. It's last week's episode number 314. We had a fun time.
We had a really fun time.
And got your daughter on. Although she kind of clammed up on it. I know.
She totally choked.
She's clammed up on me.
I want to be on the show. Blah, blah, blah. And then she's like chitter-chatting away. And then you put her down in front of the red fuzzy microphone. And she's like. That was it. Oh, you guys couldn't see it. Yeah, I know you couldn't see it. She's like nodding her head and biting her lip. And I was like, oh.
Poor thing.
That's it. You're done. We're not doing this again.
Well, we probably choked our first episode too. So.
Yeah, but we kept going, didn't we?
Yes. We'll have to work on that. We'll have to work on that. Well, we are going to talk to Jim Hutchinson, who is the founder of the American Horsewomen's Challenge. It's a competition that's coming up here in another month or two, and it's really cool what they're doing with 40 different horsewomen from around the country. So we're going to find out about that. We're going to have some on as we go down the road here on the show with us, and we got some fun ones lined up. And then we're going to have Heather Fogarty on of Horse Properties International, talking about if we won the lottery, what horse property we want to buy, and she highlights them on her website. So we're going to get to dream a little in that segment.
Oh, God.
And then Tack and Habit coming up. I have a recording that I did with some very fun people at Ada from Willie Bakery, and they're going to be on with us, and they were a trip. So we'll talk to them a little bit later on in the show. But you got a new beast, 2 weeks ago?
Yes. We got a new beast here. He is a lovely senior Appaloosa gelding. His name is Calypso, and his nickname is Dog Dog because apparently he follows you around like a dog. And I haven't quite been able to bring myself to call him Dog Dog.
Dog is a horrible name for a horse.
I know, but that's his name, and he kind of came with it, and his owners are like, yeah, we can't really change it. So we call him Calypso. That is his name.
I like Calypso.
Yeah.
I like Calypso. It's much better than Dog Dog. Sounds like a rapper.
I know. Sweet dog. It does. Well, I do walk into the barn and I say, "What up, dog?" So it does.
Yeah, you can get away with that.
You get away with that. So he's good. He's 100 and something years old, kind of like Zeke was, but he's probably, nobody really knows exactly how old he is. He's in his early 20s probably. Healthy, sound, fit, gentle, superbly trained, amazing personality, just an all-around really good fella. He was a lesson horse and a camp horse, all those things that make, a senior horse perfect for a family like ours right now. We're really, really happy to have him. And he's a free lease because his owner went off to college down in D.C. and they didn't know what they were going to do with him. So in exchange for taking good care of him, we get to ride him and have some fun with him.
Well, the owner certainly will not be bringing that horse to D.C. That's for sure.
No. She's going to be riding down there on her collegiate team. I think they share a team. She's going to American University, and I think they share a team with maybe Maryland. I'm not sure. Anyway, no room for this guy down there. He's happy here, and he looks just like Brody.
He does. I saw pictures, and it does look like you have bookends there.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, from that picture, I couldn't tell which one was which.
I am able to. It's like having twins. I can look out my window from a distance and see who's who. Calypso, because he's older, has, well, I call it a sway back. Buck likes to say prominent withers. So I can always tell by the shape of their bodies. And plus, Brody's just like as big as a house right now.
Prominent withers. I like that. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, prominent withers.
For a sway back. So has Buck ridden the horse yet?
Buck has not been on Calypso. I have been on him, and Grace has been on him. Buck is going to get on this weekend because Calypso he just arrived. So Buck's going to take his maiden voyage this weekend.
Very good.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And how does Brody taking this addition to the family?
Well, it's interesting because Calypso's owners had said that he's always been top dog wherever he goes. He's sort of risen to the head of the herd, and they fully assumed that he would take that position here at my house as well. And Brody was like, yeah, no, I'm the boss. So Brody chased him around for the first 2 days, and now they've settled into Brody's the boss and Calypso is second in command.
Wow. Yeah. Funny how that changes.
I know.
In marriage and horses.
And, well, I like to think that there should be equilibrium in these relationships.
Okay.
So it means that I have to, because Calypso's much older than Brody, I need to feed him separately and make sure that he gets his buckets full of grain peacefully and quietly in his stall. So he gets locked in the morning for about 2 hours, and he gets to eat his grain in peace and devour 2 full flakes of hay. And then we do the same thing at night. Otherwise, they're out 24/7.
with our two. They need their hour or two. Mainly in our case, Beaker needs to be away from the child, the pony, who keeps bugging him. So that's mainly the case in ours. But well, good. I'm glad that's working out so far.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep. We're very happy. Very happy.
The fact that you found another horse in this entire country that looks like Brody's a miracle. And then you end up, I mean, what a coincidence.
Well, the fact that he's just so well behaved and perfectly suited for Buck is like, really ideal. I don't know if some listeners may or may not know this, but Buck was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 10 years ago. No, maybe longer than that. 12, 13 years ago. So he, his right foot, he has what's called foot drop. So the nerves are damaged between his brain and his foot. So he can't lift his foot. And so he wears a brace when he walks. Obviously
What's
that
he
makes
do when he rides?
He had given up riding.
Because his daughter, and we should say too that his daughters ride. I mean, it's a riding family.
Both of his daughters ride. One of his daughters is a hunter jumper trainer, and the other just recently moved up here. She's getting back into riding in the hunter and eck ring. And he had horses of his own growing up. So he hasn't been in the tack in quite a long time. And since he's been diagnosed with MS. So of course, then he meets me. And I'm like, who cares if your body doesn't work like everybody else's? Get in the saddle. So he's ridden Brody a number of times, both with and without his brace. And the brace is pretty rigid, and it goes under his foot and up his calf. So it actually keeps his foot at a 90-degree angle. It keeps it parallel to the ground, which is good when you're in the saddle and bad when you're in the saddle. So we're going to play around with what he needs in and out of the tack. Does he need the brace or not need the brace? But we know for sure that he needs a quiet mount who knows his job.
Well, someday he's going to be driving like me.
I don't know. He can. So far, he's done walk trot very well. He can post. He's a good rider. He's one of those people who just like gets in the tack, and you're like, damn, you just naturally good up there. So it's really just a matter of working around his particular foot issue, which I really don't think is going to be a problem.
This week's spotlight product from EasySignsOnline.com is their outdoor silhouette cutouts. Made from a long-term outdoor durable vinyl aluminum material, these cutouts will outlast the old-style painted wood ones by many, many years. A great way to add an equestrian image to your barn, horse stalls, mailboxes, houses, or campers. Choose from dozens of equestrian or animal graphics online, available in 2 different sizes starting at only $59.95. And remember, free shipping on most orders over $100, all at EasySignsOnline.com. Get your silhouette cutout today. Well, coming up as our first guest today, I had a chance to get an interview yesterday with a gentleman by the name of Jim Hutchinson, who is the founder of the American Horsewomen's Challenge. And it's a new competition that's coming this year in another month or two. And we happen to know a lot of the women that are involved in this challenge have been guests on past programs. So it's going to be exciting to follow it as it happens. And we're going to get a couple of guests on over the next couple of weeks, the women that are partaking in this, and we're going to talk to them. But right now, we're going to hear from the founder and find out all about the American Horsewomen's Challenge. Hi, Hutch. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you, Glenn?
Good. Terrific. It's good to have you on. I'm excited about the event you have coming up called the American Horsewomen's Challenge. So tell us about that. What is it?
Well, it came to me based on a challenge that a friend of mine gave me. We were talking about different horse competitions, and he said, I'd really like to see what somebody can do with a horse in 12 months. And so, of course, I woke up in the middle of the night and couldn't fall back asleep. I started thinking about this, and, my business, my day-to-day business, I do training and lessons and that sort of thing. And, I always joke with people saying that my customers are 12-year-old girls and 45-plus-year-old women. Well, So I knew who my target audience was, and I knew that 85% of the horse owners in the United States are women. And so it just kind of made sense to me that this has got to be a competition about women and for women.
Well, and some of the other competitions, with colt starting and things like that, are predominantly men. So you're right about that. It's been in the past, Road to the Horse and a couple of the others have been predominantly men.
Yeah. Well, and the important thing for me, too, was that as I look at, the market that I service, those people are, they want to go out and they want to do a little dressage because they like the equitation. They love the connection that comes with liberty. And they like to go out and, do some trail rides, do some obstacles, move some cows around, kind of a ranch and trail versatility. And so I said, well, that's what I want this competition to be. So in those three areas, ranch and trail versatility, cowboy dressage, and liberty, that's where the competitors are going to compete. Because what I'm looking for is who's the best all-purpose horse trainer in North America.
So what's going to happen? How's it work?
Well, originally, back in February when we announced it, they had a few months to get their act together. They had to submit a video, a 15-minute video of them doing specific tasks that we asked for in those three areas of discipline that I mentioned earlier. And so they submitted those along with some letters of reference, etc. And I shared those with 10 judges across the country. Each competitor was judged by 2 judges, and their scores were sent back here to the main office in Seattle. We totaled them up and then picked the top 40 women who were to be in the competition.
Okay, so how does it work competition-wise? Do they bring their own horses? Do they get horses there? Does it work like Road to the Horse or Mustang Makeover? How's it work?
They get to bring their own horse. So they have to choose a horse that's between 3 and 6 years old and has no more than 10 rides on it. So they don't have to start the horse. And I didn't want to have that because, I wanted this to be a broad age range. And so my oldest competitor is 68. My youngest is 19. I don't expect a 68-year-old to get up on a young rank horse and start it.
Right. Well, it could be an exciting competition.
Sure would be. Well, you never know what's going to happen the day of when they ask the horse to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Not used to. We may see that yet. Hopefully not. But anyway, so they get to pick their horse, and then they've got 6 months to train that horse in those 3 disciplines that we talked about.
Which they're doing right now, right?
Oklahoma City.
Which they're doing right now, okay.
Absolutely, that's what they're doing right now.
And so they've been in the training now for many months, and they're getting ready. The competition is when?
October 3rd through 5th in Guthrie, Oklahoma, just outside of Oklahoma City at the Lazy E Arena.
Okay, so they're going to be they're training these horses up, and there's 40 of them. That's a lot. And they're going to be coming in for this weekend, and they'll be doing the competitions that you mentioned.
Yes, the way we've set it up, the first day is going to be the Liberty Day, so they'll compete on Friday in Liberty. We're going to have we'll also have a demonstration there. At midday, and then on Saturday is going to be the cowboy dressage, and so we'll do cowboy dressage starting at 9:00 in the morning, and we'll take a break around lunchtime, and then Eitan Beth Halachmi is going to be giving a demo and kind of workshop, and then we finish up the day, and then on Sunday, we'll do the Extreme Cowboy Race, and Craig Cameron is going to host that. If you've ever seen him,
that'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun.
And then following that, we total up everybody's scores, and then the top 10 are selected to do a freestyle demonstration.
we're putting very few limits on it. It's more about, show us what you can do and entertain the crowd. And it's kind of like Dancing with the Stars. We'll have 4 celebrity clinicians there who will, once the competitor is done, they have to come over in front of the judges, and the judges will critique them live. The audience will get their say, and then they get a score from 1 to 10. And so of those top 10, whoever obviously does best in the freestyle wins the competition.
You got some real names coming in here, too. I noticed that not competing, but joining you there, you have on the website Julie Goodnight, Linda Pirelli, as you said, Craig Cameron. Obi Sham is one of the competitors. Sham is one of the competitors, and she was a competitor for Road to the Horse, right? One of the only females.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and Mary Kitzmiller, she's back in the wild card for the Road to the Horse in 2015. She's the only woman. So, I'm rooting for her to kick some butt.
Yeah, and she's going to be there competing. Mary's a good friend of the Horse Radio Network. We love Mary. And Mary Miller-Jordan also, for that matter. We've talked to her many, many times. But, you have some great competitors. You have some fun people coming to join, to join you for the weekend. Julie Goodnight was one of our first guests ever here on the Horse Radio Network 6 years ago. Yeah, she has been with us off and on for 6 years as a guest, and anytime we call, she joins us, and we love her. Linda Pirelli was just on the Dressage Radio show a couple weeks ago. So, because she's really...
world.
Yeah, I mean, she's really focusing on dressage, and I think it sounds like a fun weekend. Oklahoma's a great place to do it.
Oh, absolutely. When I first started doing this and was trying to decide where to put it, my advisory board said, you got to be somewhere in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, that area. Suggested the Lazy E as one of the options, and it's perfect. It's a wonderful location. It's easy to get to for all the competitors, I'm really looking forward to it.
Tell us a little bit about the Lazy E.
Well, it's been around for quite a while. They got new ownership in the last year or two. They've done a lot to fix it up and make a new commitment to it, because they have. I guess apparently they had a kind of an absentee owner for quite a while, and now the new owner's taken a much more active role. It's a big arena. It's huge. We aren't going to need all of it. So
I was going to say it's like big arena.
Yeah. We'll use part of it for our warm-up area and also part of it as part of the show exhibition. So. In addition to coming for the fun competition and, the clinician demos and workshops, you also can shop till you drop.
Oh, so you will have shopping there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So.
And the barns are real nice there, too, from what I've heard. It'd be great for the competitors as well. Their arena is 440 feet by 160 feet. So
there you go.
That's everybody's dream right there.
It sure is. It's going to be great for the opening ceremonies. I forgot to mention, on Friday night, we'll actually have opening ceremonies, and it'll be featuring, the parade of the competitors, but also we're going to have a variety of different acts, Western and English equestrian acts, and...
do we know any? Do you know who?
Can you be there to sing?
Templeton's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yay!
On Friday night, we'll do the opening ceremonies first, and then after that, we're opening up all the gates and asking and inviting all the competitors or not competitors, but all the people in the stands to come on down and mix with the competitors and the celebrities, and we're having what we call a boot scoot social. And it's just a kind of informal evening of a little dancing to the music if you want to, getting autographs, having a beer, just enjoying the evening. And that's really the kind of focus that this competition I originally intended, but also, becomes very apparent. A lot of these competitors, they know each other. They've been competing against each other for a long time. They help each other. They're going over to each other's places and practicing together. And it's such a wonderful atmosphere and sense of cooperation. And so we want to share that with the crowd and the fans that, have them come on down and meet everybody.
You have a wide by the way, we love the fact that you're going to have Tempe there. Anytime we can see Tempe sing, it's great for everybody. I was looking at the competitor list, and you have a wide variety of competitors, from dressage trainers to Western trainers to baby breakers to just a little bit of everything in here. English, Western,
Yep, and that's exactly what I wanted. I want this to reflect the horse and the horse industry, not just a particular discipline, not just a particular type of competition. And it became apparent very early on, because so many people came to me and said, "Hutch, this is a fabulous idea," from all kinds of different disciplines. And I even got calls from Europe saying, "So can you bring it over here?" And it's like, well,
let's get it done here first.
One under the belt.
Let's do one at a time here, people. Now, it looks like I was checking out the competitors, and there's a girl by the name of Danielle Gabri, and she lives up in the Northeast, I believe. And it looks like she's riding a draft horse. I mean, it is huge. She's been blogging, by the way. You can go to horsewomans.challenge.com and go under the finals event, the competitors, check out the list of competitors. And she's been blogging and doing some blogs along the way. And boy, she's got one huge horse. Man, that thing's big. Or she's tiny. I'm not sure which.
Because it's going to be such broad, everything from Mustangs off the range to, like you said, a great big huge draft horse.
That's what's making this kind of unique too, because like with Extreme Mustang Makeover, obviously it's Mustangs. Right. With Road to the Horse, it's quarter horses off a ranch in Texas, and here it could be a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, it becomes really about, not so much about the horse, but about the trainer and their ability to train that horse. So, we're not looking for, beauty precision that you might say in a high-end dressage competition. We're looking for, can the horse do the moves willingly and have a good relationship with the trainer.
Well, very good. So how if people want to come, what do they do?
Well, the easiest thing to do is go to Ticketmaster and type in American Horsewomen's Challenge, and you can either get tickets, they vary on price where you're sitting, but you can get tickets for a single event, for the opening ceremonies, or the best deal is just to buy the whole weekend package, and then you get all 4 events, which includes the opening ceremonies, all for one ticket price.
Yeah, okay, very good. And they can find the prices right at Ticketmaster?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. What they can do is go in and they just note there's a map there, and all they have to do is start looking at the map and clicking on sections where they'd like to sit, and then it'll tell them what the ticket prices are and what's available and that sort of thing. We also do have special discounts and things for groups of 20 or more. So, if you're a pony club or 4-H'er or rodeo or association or whatever, or just, group of horse folks that get together, if you get 20 people together, you get a discount, plus you get a free ticket for organizing it.
And the website is horsewomans.challenge.com. That's women's, WOMANS, horsewomans.challenge.com. I keep wanting to make that an ENS, and when I say it, but but it's horse. You can Google it too. You can just Google American Horsewomen's Challenge, and you'll find it on Google. It'll just pop up, and all the details and information are there, and all the competitors there. Over the next couple of weeks leading up to the event, we're going to be talking to a number of the competitors and chatting with them a little bit. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of them are regulars on the shows anyway, and we love them. them. So we're going to be hearing all about them and their horses and what they're looking forward to heading into Oklahoma. I assume there's a little bit of prize money involved as well.
Oh, there's a little bit.
Yeah, I thought there might be.
They're going to share $28,000.
Yeah, that always is an incentive to show up.
And then some of our sponsors, our key sponsors, like Tartar Farm and Equipment.
Yeah.
They're putting up some additional prizes. They've got a big hay feeder that they're giving away to the champion, and then another stand and watering stand they're giving away for the reserve champion. And so there'll be a few other little bennies that they get in addition to just winning the cash.
Very good. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you being on. And again, it's you want to check it out. It's the American Horsewomen's Challenge.
Hi, Fiona Crawford here, and I'm an official Horse Radio Network auditor. I'm a horse photographer based in the UK, and when I'm editing my images, I listen to the vast selection of great programmes provided by the Horse Radio Network. Both informative and really entertaining, I think it's worth a few dollars or pounds of anyone's money. Just go to horseradionetwork.com and click on the banner, and for as little as $1 a month, you too can become an official Horse Radio Network auditor.
Well, I think you should be involved in it next year. You can train yourself up a horse and go to the American Horsewomen's Challenge. You can represent Horse Radio Network.
I can do that. Do I get gear and stuff? Branded gear?
We'll have to get your branded gear. You can win like $20,000.
I could use $20,000. Let's do it.
All right. Well, we'll have to find your horse first. I guess that'll be.
Why can't I use Brody?
It has to be a horse that's fairly new to the training game.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll have to get you.
Well, he's new to the training. We start over every time I give him a month off.
There you go.
Start over. Seriously.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right, let's go after this break from our sponsors. Let's go into the world of fantasy. Let's make believe we played and actually won the lottery. I play the lottery all the time, but I never win. So let's make believe we actually played and won the lottery, and that we're looking for a new horse property to live on. And where do we go to do that? We go with Heather Fogarty of HorsePropertiesInternational.com. And so let's go into fantasy world, Helena.
Okay, I'm ready. Who's driving?
Well, hi, Heather. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, tell us about HorsePropertiesInternational.com. What is it?
It is a virtual hub for buying and selling horse properties.
And it's beautiful, by the way. Great website. Helena and I have been looking around on there, just picking out the places we'd buy if we won the lottery.
Yes, there are several.
Yeah, we could have a couple. If we won the lottery, you'd have to have a West Coast, a South, maybe a Northeast. You could get one in each place. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. One of everything.
One of everything. But I'll tell you what, when you take a look here, so you're taking all the properties where from the United States, from the whole world, what?
We are worldwide. So anyone who has a property for sale, a horse property, is welcome to add their property to the site. It was the idea was born from my frustration. I'm a horse person first and a realtor second. And it's really frustrating trying to find horse property on your local MLS. Most MLS systems do not have fields such as the number of stalls, pastures, paddocks, amenities that really pertain to horses, much the same way that you would search for a home, like bedrooms, bathrooms. So I decided there had to be a better way. And our website allows you to post and search via horse-specific amenities. So
I love that part.
It makes it easy for a horse person to find, let's say if they have to have a 10-stall barn minimum, rather than their agent going through the MLS and, finding 50 properties and they don't even know how many stalls. Maybe it even just all it says is horse property, and typical of the MLS, it has mostly house pictures and maybe, one of the barn. So ours tries to really cater to the horse person, and people, really are liking it.
Has it been adopted well by the realtors? Are more and more of them contacting you to get it in?
Yes, they are. In fact, we have several realtors that are horse property specialists that really have quite a large volume, and other realtors who just continue to use us as they get horse properties. Maybe they're not a specialist, but they live in an area where they have a few now and then, and they always come back. So it's been very well received.
So how often does an actual property get sold by being found from your website? I mean, obviously you have a very unique niche market because you've got some seriously huge and expensive properties here. How often does that happen when you actually connect a buyer with a property here?
Well, it happens quite a bit. Unfortunately, because they are not our listings, we can't have exact data on it, but I get many emails from realtors. Just got one from a gal out of New York saying, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I sold my property from your website," and actually she had multiple offers from our website. So, of course, we love to hear that.
Can you guys just keep talking, because I'm looking through the listings here and I'm busy. I'm kind of preoccupied. I found a log cabin one in California that's just out of this world.
Do you get to go, Heather? Do you, or does anyone from the staff of Horse Properties International go out to these properties and get to take a look at them? Like, who writes the copy for this stuff? Obviously, you control.
And if you do, Helene and I want to volunteer for that job.
Yeah. Do you have any openings?
Right. Is there a position open?
Yeah. Can we get a job doing that?
Yeah. How do you get that firsthand feel for these places?
Well, so some of the ones in California, locally here, I have visited. But the platform that we have put on Horse Properties International is one where, as a realtor, you get to put all of your own branding and, your picture as well as your company logo. Because obviously, we wanted to make it friendly for realtors, which is the bulk of listings, although we have some for sale by owner as well. So we don't visit all of them, and realtors get to put their own copy. And I also have helped many realtors who aren't really horse people who have asked for my help. They say, "I've got this horse property. I don't really do horse property. Can I send you some pictures? How can you help me? How can I present this to horse people?" And then I help them, to write their copy for the website. And I've even had realtors who, they've had, let's say, an equicizer, and they don't know what it is. Well, I've got a picture of this. What, can you help me? What is that? What would be the best way to represent that? So I help people, for the premium properties, we have meta tags and meta keywords, and I help them fill that in, or I even do it for them. And we also actually provide, if people want us to load their whole properties for them, we can do that.
Well, and you had a couple that you brought to the table here and wanted to talk about. One of them, okay, now keep in mind that we've all won the lottery before we talk about this particular place.
Right.
So that's the first thing you have to keep in mind. Let's talk about, let's talk first about Crooked Willow Equestrian Ranch. This is both of these are in Colorado, by the way. This one is unbelievable.
Yes.
Tell us about that property.
So it's beautiful. It is owned by people that have done the hunter jumper circuit, and it's for sale now. So they have used it for breeding, for their show horses, and it's gorgeous. If you go to the website, you'll find it under Colorado.
And it's called
90 acres. It's 90 acres. Plenty of room for plenty of horses.
Exactly. Exactly.
It probably has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 round pens. It has arenas. It has barns. It has indoor. That's enormous. It just is an incredible. And then there's the mountain views. So
don't forget
the mountain views. It has 2 houses on the property, and oh, by the way, it is only $7.5 million. So it's a bargain.
It's only.
Well, if we win the lottery, though, Helena, this will be our West Coast place for when we go visit the mountains.
Well, Midwest. Well, what's Colorado considered?
I consider that West Coast, wouldn't you? Yeah.
It's closer to the West Coast, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll call it West Coast.
It would be.
We can have one in the middle, too, if you want. But
this could be our Western facility.
Yes.
Well, and I think it would be the perfect hub to interview all of your radio personnel.
Yeah, I think they'd all love to come out and visit there.
Exactly.
Bring your horse. We have room.
Exactly.
Oh, what a beautiful place.
And this facility also has a unique feature. I believe they rent part of it out for events, weddings, and such.
Yes. A lot of events every year, I think.
Yeah.
It has a ballroom. I mean,
it's a storybook property, really, for the horse person.
And then there's and then then there's a place that makes that one look silly. And that is Peace Ranch. And just the name, Peace Ranch. It's in Colorado. It's named Peace Ranch. It's near Aspen.
Exactly. Yes. This is a phenomenal property. It's over 600 acres, surrounded by thousands of acres of forest land. And this property actually has a 35,000 square foot indoor arena. I mean, the amenities here are phenomenal. 5 different houses, stocked trout ponds, and it has a virtual tour that is just eye candy for the horse person.
Ugh, this place is incredible. I'm just scrolling through the pictures. The back deck of the house, the views of the mountains are unbelievable. You only get that in Colorado.
Exactly.
In the United States, anyway. The barn. Well, Helena, you think you could handle the barn with all of the beautiful wood stalls that you have to polish, just like myopia days when you had to polish the wood.
Oh my
Remember
God.
that?
Yeah, the buckets and the scrubbing and the polishing. It was worth it, though, because when you were done, you would just stand back and go, oh, my God, this is beautiful. And then you would eat your dinner there.
But you know what? You're not going to have to worry about polishing the wood walls, because if you can afford the $49.5 million price tag, you can have people to polish walls for you.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, you won't be polishing the walls. Whoa, that's one piece of property. Do you know who owned it before? Do we know?
I do not, although I will say that they interview the owner in their virtual tour, so it's kind of fun to look at.
And it's going up for auction, which means we could probably get it for about $12, Helena. I'm sure.
$12.50.
Yeah, no problem.
Depends on who you're bidding against.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have to save up for that.
Now, we do want to say there are other properties on here that are not $49 million. I'm looking at ones here that are $200,000, $300,000. I'm actually in Florida now looking around, and I found a couple that I really like. But unfortunately, the ones I found that I really like are $6 million. But there are, here's a beautiful one for $249,000 in Austin, Florida. I mean, there are some ordinary, quote unquote, properties here too.
There's even one in Rhode Island. Wow.
Well, the website, if you want to go kill a couple hours yourself, is horsepropertiesinternational.com. If you're thinking about moving and want a little horse property or a big horse property, then this is the place you need to go first. Horsepropertiesinternational.com. This Tack and Habit segment is brought to you by ridingwarehouse.com. Well, this week's Tack and Habit is a recording that I managed to do at Ada. We'll have several of those coming up in the weeks ahead. And Helena, you're going to love this company. They won the Best Booth Award this year because they had the cutest booth. And I'll post a picture of it on our Stable Scoop page as well. Have you ever heard of the Willie Bakery?
Yes. Willie Muffin.
Yes, well, Willie Muffin's Bakery had the cutest booth, and they have some new products, and we got to talk to the lovely ladies from Willie Bakery. Well, hi, Linda. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Glenn. Thank you very much for having me here.
I had to because you fed me cookies. And
That's how
would
to get on
I
the show.
not have you on the show? You were feeding us the best cookies in the entire building.
What was that flavor that you made? What were they?
Caramel apple and peanut butter.
Oh, so good.
That was the point, to get on the show.
Now, they were people cookies. We're going to be talking about horse cookies here, but
the
you
point.
made
Yes.
people cookies to
Yes.
bribe people with. And it worked. So,
Thank you. I did my job.
yes, you did. Now, tell us a little bit about the company, because to be honest, I've heard about it sort of, and I think that that's the case with a lot of people.
Okay. You want a little history on the company?
Yeah, a little
Okay.
history about Willie Bakery.
Okay. I retired from my real job.
Which was?
I was registered nurse, 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
You are very welcome.
25 years, a long time to make it as a registered nurse.
So then it just happened that my son married at the very same time I retired, and he married an equestrian girl.
Oh, he married a horse girl.
Yes,
He
lifelong.
became a horse husband.
Yes, he was a horse
Yeah, he learned
husband.
all about that.
So she
It's a bit of a
graduated-
nightmare. I know I started it 25 years ago. I did the
Hey,
same
hey,
thing.
hey,
I mean, it was a wonderful
hey.
experience.
Right
but
here.
He's having a wonderful experience, and he's giving me grandchildren. So what more?
How
is
long have
there?
they been married?
They've been married 13 years.
Oh, well, then they're okay. Yeah, they're past
good.
that
They're
time
good.
when he goes, I'm sick of the horses and I'm sick of you. That's,
So she opened an equestrian store. We didn't know what that was, but we wanted to participate. So we started coming to the trade shows, and I saw there was a way I could be entertained by making something and having a booth. So she helped me create a recipe. And 11 years later, I am 12 flavors and a Christmas line, and we love it. I go to work every day, so I am now not retired.
You unretired.
so it is.
yourself, yes.
unretired.
So you have been around for 11 years? doing
11
this?
years.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Well, I started in her store.
Right.
Right.
Now, when I first became familiar with Willie Bakery, it was the cookies that came in a little cardboard box. It looked like a miniature box of cereal, the
Yes.
shape of the box. But I see that now you have branched out into all sorts of different shapes and flavors and stuff.
We do, because I can't sit still, and I love to put bows on things and make them very boutique-like.
Got it.
So a bow can sell an item very well.
Yes, that's
and
true.
the proper packaging can sell an item very well, and particularly when it tastes very good.
They smell delicious. Now, we have not taste tested them yet.
What makes a Willie Bakery product different than all the other, horse treats out there?
Gingerbread. I'm
It's
telling
baked in a real bakery oven.
you. In your kitchen.
And in your kitchen?
No,
Oh,
in a
okay.
bakery.
Oh, right.
Oh, really?
I got to where I had to buy a building. I had to buy a industrial oven.
Oh, wow.
I had to buy industrial equipment, and I had to keep up with production. Therefore, I had to do all the things big companies do. Although I started in the kitchen with an ice cream scoop.
Oh, wow.
Now it's a manufacturing building, and we
Now you have 2 ice cream scoops?
yes, one for each of the girls.
You had also, I want to talk more about the products, but I
Okay.
have to congratulate you on
Thank you.
having what at the Horse Radio Network. I don't know about the show one, but here at the Horse Radio Network, we're giving you the Best Booth Award.
was
We always do
adorable.
that. You
Thank
had
you,
the
you're
most
kind.
adorable booth, and you had all of this 50s furniture,
Yes.
and the whole thing was just done perfectly. By
Thank
the
you.
way, well, make sure we get a picture
Right
of it.
out of
and
Mel's
post,
Diner.
Well, make sure you get a
Yes.
picture of it and post
Yes,
it on our
we'll have to take a
Facebook
picture.
page.
It's got the old mixer.
Yeah,
and-
it really was out of Mel's Diner, actually. Yeah, it kind of was.
I knew Mel.
Now tell us, I'm looking at soft biscuits. I'm looking at
I'm looking at a U.
At a U, yeah,
big
a horseshoe.
Yeah, a horseshoe.
A horseshoe.
Big cookie.
Yeah, and you do all different kinds of cookies and biscuits and different things, and then you have the one for Christmas coming up.
I do. Mostly what I went with was what the horse riders told me they wanted.
Okay.
I went with the flavors that the horses liked, and we attempted to perfect that It's at 12 flavors. I need to stop there. I
Yes.
don't want to do more.
Dozens plenty.
Dozen is good.
We don't want to spoil our horses.
No, I do not. And I went with the soft biscuit because I was asked, do something for an older horse or do something we can push a pill into.
Right.
So I went with that. And then they wanted something that they could put in their pockets and not get
Yeah, this isn't very
gummy.
crumbly. It's soft, but it's not crumbly.
So one day we played around with a big sheet tray. We baked it. We pulled it out. We cut it. We had my husband buy a industrial size meat slicer, and we said slice it up, and therefore we have biscotti.
Ah, okay. That's where I gotcha. That's where the biscottis come from, which
Right.
is sort of they're going to be the Christmas one
That's
for
the
this
crispy,
year.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's little kernels in there. Oh, look at the little oats and nuts and stuff.
You know what? We're finding more and more horses nowadays are liking beer. Are you going to do an alcohol line like
Only for
bourbon
employees.
infused
Only for employees. It's going to be a special Horse Radio Network flavor.
Yes.
Available
It could be.
only.
That would be bourbon.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's only available during the Ides of March.
And now Kentucky is big on bourbon, you know,
Right,
so
right.
that may increase my sales there.
And
Yes.
you're out of Tennessee. You're
I'm
close.
in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm close to Kentucky,
So what part of Tennessee?
right outside of Knoxville, in the little town where
You're in
I
Eastern
grew up.
Tennessee, which
Yes.
and I knew that's where you grew up because that's where the accent is.
It's
Oh, gosh.
beautiful. It's
It
beautiful.
is. I love the Eastern Tennessee,
Yes.
Eastern Kentucky accent.
I bought the building in the town I grew up in, and it was a building that used to house a dry cleaning business.
Oh, wow.
And when I was 6 years old, I would walk back and forth from home to school right past that building that I now own.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat? Are the racks still there? Do you put the cookies on the dry cleaning racks and send them around?
Actually, no, it's an FDA spec building. I bought it from a man who thought he needed to do beef jerky for a living and bombed.
Didn't work out, huh?
Didn't work out. Like we need more beef jerky.
Right.
So I bought his building for a song. He needed out, I needed in.
Well, that's terrific.
Wow, that just was worked out beautifully.
Yeah.
And you brought a small business to your local town,
I did.
which is really cool
I
too.
did.
Yeah.
So now, where can people find all of the Willie Bakery products?
Well, I've got tack stores, feed and seed, in about 40 states, a few places in Canada. I used to list on the website the stores, but now so many of the stores have their own sites, and you could probably just Google those sorts of things. And if you can't find it at your store, I have a lot of people who will go to my website and order, or they just call me, and we send it out to them. So
And what's your website?
www.williebakery, WILLIE, bakery.com.
WillieBakery.com, and of course you're on Facebook as well, right?
Yes, we are,
Okay.
and you can come and see us, or you can reach us by phone, fax, email. Any way you can find anybody now.
Very good. Willie Bakery, thank you for stopping by. We
Thank
appreciate it, Linda.
Thank you so much.
This Tack and Habit segment was brought to you by RidingWarehouse.com, your one-stop online tack shop. A huge selection of your favorite products and brands, but also including really unique and hard-to-find items like knee patch and full-seat riding jeans with cargo pockets, rigging converters, and a wide variety of bitless bridles. Listeners of the Horse Radio Network can use the coupon code RADIO for 15% off their order this month only, plus free shipping over $50 or $5 for second-day air, and a return policy like no other in the business, and that is free returns for 1 year both ways. You can find it all at RidingWarehouse.com. Give them a chance and save 15%. Use the coupon code RADIO at checkout. Well, the Willie Bakery people were kind enough to send some muffins home. So with us, we Beaker and Scooter got to try them, and they loved them. They love Willie Bakery muffins. I had never tried them before. the Willie Bakery stuff.
You mean you've never given them to your horses before?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. But
I've tried them.
they're chewy, so the horses make funny faces when they're eating them. They go, they're really chewy, and they just loved them. They ate them up like the Willie Bakery muffins, and they look like little muffins.
They do. They're well made, and don't they have like really good healthy ingredients too?
Yes.
They're super like good for your horse. You don't have to feel all guilty and stuff.
Oh, I never feel guilty. Scooter loves sugary, molassesy stuff. It's like giving him candy. Loves it.
Yeah. So I guess I guess it's better than Fritos, which my horse gets occasionally.
Oh, really?
Oh, you know what? When you have 11-and-a-half-year-olds and they come to the house,
your horse eats everything.
You're just like, yeah, you can go put Twinkle in the horse's mane, and then you hear these bags crinkling, and you're like, why are the chocolate chip cookies gone? Where are the Fritos? Where's the this? Where's the that? And then you go out to the barn and you see like watermelon rinds all over there, Frito crunchies.
I can't believe the number of people, we've talked about this before, that give their horses on the way back from competitions. They always stop at like McDonald's and their horses eat hamburgers.
That's gross.
I know. What the?
That I would never do. It has to be a grain-based product.
Chips. A lot of horses will eat chips.
Chips. Yep. Well, I'm a fan of the banana raisin Willie muffins, which I know bananas are a big plus in horses' lives. They love bananas. My horse likes bananas. So banana raisins is pretty good. Like, this is all really good stuff. It's not Frito stuff,
Right.
Well, barn biscotti, but it's horse treats.
Yep, and they are a cool company. They're a really neat company. She, as she said, she started baking these in her kitchen. Had to grow a little as they were selling more and more of them. But they have some cool stuff, and they have some cool stuff coming up for Christmas too. So that's our Tack and Habit pick of the week is williebakery.com. That's WILLIE bakery.com. Well, I think that's it for this week. We have killed another hour, and listeners have wasted another completely good hour here with us.
They're not wasting. Hopefully, they're mucking.
Oh, yeah.
What
So
they're flexing for.
You hope they're doing something constructive while they listen to us?
Yeah.
That's the hope, anyway.
Yeah. And we have a little teaser here for next week because we're bringing something back, aren't we?
Yes,
on Horse Radio Network.
And I've gotten complaints about this, and we haven't really talked about it, so we probably should.
I have too.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Coming back, starting next week, is the Chasing a Fox radio show. It's going to be rolled up into Stable Scoop. So once a month, we're going to be offering a Chasing a Fox episode to our Stable Scoop listeners. And if you're a Chasing a Fox fan, well, you better log on to Stable Scoop because this is where you're going to get all the latest on what's happening in the world of fox hunting and fashion. Now, we are not fox hunting experts, although we do fox hunt. We are more fashion experts who fox hunt. Yeah, I guess that's what you could call it. So we'll tell you what to wear out in the hunt field, what to wear at cocktail parties, what to wear at polo matches. We might even tell you what to wear to bed, if you ask. Anyway, it's a super fun look at fox hunters and their friends. So
is
that's
Sissy, your old co-host, going to be joining us?
Sister Finn is going to be joining us. She has a brand new horse she's going to be hunting this year, a great big chestnut named Sage, who is described by our huntsman as a grand horse. He's a grand horse.
Grand horse.
And hopefully, if I can get some wheels under my horse, Bertie and I will get out hunting as well. So our fingers are crossed for some transportation, and we'll get out to some meets this fall, and we'll have plenty of first-hand accounts to report back to our fans.
If hers is a grand horse, what do they call Brody? A colorful horse.
I don't know. We'll have to get at him. We'll have to see what the huntsman says.
And if you took them both out, you would have the bookends out there.
I don't know that Calypso can go out hunting. He could probably hilltop, like maybe he could probably do the juniors.
Oh, the backfield, yeah.
The kids meets where they just kind of do a walk trot hunt. I bet he could do that. We'll have to see. I haven't cantered him yet. If he's got a lot of power left, then maybe he could do an easy, he can do a little stint hilltopping.
Yeah, Grace could ride along in the back.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for this week. Look forward to next week, and we'll make sure to post that on our Facebook page too. About chasing a fox.
Yes, sir. Yes,
make sure we do that.
And for details about today's show, go to www.stablescoop.com, where you can find links and photos and more information about today's guest, particularly about Willie Bakery, Horse Properties International, and of course the American Horsewomen's Challenge. We do love your feedback, so please get in touch with us. Send us email, find us on Facebook, send us messages. Just search for Stable Scoop on both Facebook, and if you're looking for us on Twitter, you can use the Horse Radio ID.
And of course, you can find us on your phone, just Android or iOS. You can just search for Horse Radio Network, and you can find us there. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, that I got a little tech tip for everybody real quick here. I got a couple emails from listeners of ours, actually, who think I know everything about everything because my name is The Geek, so they wrote to me and saying, and this is a big problem that's happening now, Facebook went to automatically playing videos, so when you're scrolling by, what's happened now is people on their phones are scrolling through and the videos are starting, and it's using up their bandwidth, and they're going over their bandwidth allotment for the month because of Facebook. And you can very quickly and easily, there's a setting in your settings, just open up Facebook on your phone, go into the settings, there's a place in there for you to turn the automatic play off. And that's how you solve that problem. So I turned it off on my computer and on my phone. But be aware that that's going to run up your bandwidth, and some people were bumping right up against their limits. So be aware of that, and you want to turn off that automatic play feature, which I hate anyway. Turn it off on Facebook. Something just to keep in mind.
Yep.
That's it for this week, Helena.
That is plenty. However, there will be more next week. Until then, happy scooping.